We decided to do Naomi Campbell because, well, she came up yesterday. She came up in the last reading with Chrissy, and Chrissy made some accusations that she was a child abuser, and so we're gonna check that out. I'm really tired of doing dark readings, but it seems like that's where my gift is taking me, and that's just a little too much. But you know what? Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to be using my phone a lot for this woman, Naomi, because I don't really know her. I just got tired of her because when we were teenagers, she was a big deal. And now we are old women and she's still a big deal. And I like change. Well, not change to do with me, but I like change with my entertainment. Okay. I like change to do with my entertainment. So here we are, Miss Naomi, at 51, or we must be the same age. I think we're the same age. Um, yeah, here she is. She's now a new mom. She hasn't released the name of her daughter. We will check all that out today. Okay, so let me blow. Okay, Naomi. 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 Naomi, from a black perspective, has been jujued a lot. A lot of people have jujued her, so it's amazing that she even became so famous. This one right here, it's amazing. She has been jujued a lot, and that's why also her personal life is a mess. Why do we say that? We say that because she came from the southeast, the northeast, the west, the land of the dead, and the northwest, the land where all evil comes from, where all evil comes from from the metaphysical to the physical, the northwest. So anyway, she is coagulating herself into one thing here, and I can tell you right away that this is a very cruel ass bitch. She's got red eyes, her skin is all cracked, and her teeth are rotten. There is some kind of demonic power on her. I usually see this with people who are like demonic, like when they're doing demonic shit. I usually see rotten teeth, right? She is extremely ugly in the metaphysical, and she says, of course I'm ugly. I've always been ugly. The world is stupid. It doesn't see me for who I am. See, I'm not reacting because I'm like so used to this now. Where are the good people? If you think that a star is very good, please write it down in the comments and then we'll read them, because I'm so sick of this. Anyway, Naomi is a dark bitch. She's standing there naked as the day she was born. And that shows just how dark a person is to the Bantu when they are fucking naked. Being naked it shows that you are dark. Of course, if you dream about being naked, that's a whole different story. It's somebody who's trying to drop you off your podium or your platform or steal your very foundations. And so you dream yourself naked. So think about that. It's evil. It's evil for you. Right, but right now Naomi is standing there naked. She says she's got a beautiful body. The body it wasn't her face that took it to the top. It was her body. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of vanity in this female, obviously. Not a lot of intelligence. She's not very smart. She hides her stupidity by going to anger, to temper tantrums. She hides it. She says, my mother has always been in charge of my career and in charge of me. She has the brains. I don't need them. Her words, her words, her words. Okay, so I'm gonna do, because Patreon is where I do things differently and where I learn, and I could have had a bowl of water to do this with, but you know what, I'm just as good with dry land and just sitting here. So I'm just gonna channel her. Spare me from when I'm not getting what I want from her, because souls like Naomi, Kim Kardashian can and do lie. So when I feel like I'm not getting what I want from her, I will. Oops, sorry. I was just told by my ancestors I am wrapped in the wrong color. Okay. And especially since I'm not doing too good today. So Okay, when I feel like I'm not getting the right answers from her, I most certainly. And another dark shadow has walked in, and the dark shadow is a male. It is so dark. It walked in from the southeast. There are two types of beings that walk from the southeast: the good people who've never done shit to anyone, and demons. Okay, this one is definitely a demon. And this one is definitely attached to Naomi. He says he is here to protect. Okay, I'm not talking to you. Okay, protect, whatever. I'm not talking to you. If this... I'm actually going to get a fire. One moment. Fire lit. And so I was saying, this is where I do different things and show different skills. So since Naomi is standing here with all her dark winds, oh my goodness, with all her dark winds and her so-called protector, I'm going to channel her. I'm not going to ask her to come into my goddamn plate. I'm not, unless the winds saying, ah, and then we are going to throw shells on Naomi. Okay, so I'm just going to, this is, okay. We're going to collect Naomi's energies from the atmosphere and put it on the shell. Okay. We collected her energies from the points where she came from, but she is standing right here. So Naomi is, if her mother has other children, and I believe she does not consider them family. She considers them, she considers herself an only child. She says, because my experiences are my own and what I went through is all me. You can't get too emotional about this business and you can't get too attached. I don't even love my mother. She is a bitch. And you know, I always wanted to grow up so that I could take her boyfriends, because she was about her boyfriends. And in all honesty, she is the true beauty of the family. I am not. We don't have that kind of relationship where we are close, right? We are rivals in love and in life. Okay. How was your childhood, Naomi? What do you mean, how was my childhood? I didn't really have a childhood. My mother used to share her boyfriends with me, these rich white men. How else do you think I went into modeling? I went into modeling because of my boyfriends. But of course, on the outside, no one knew this. So because you were sexually abused, I don't call it sexual abuse. They were very nice to me. They used to bring me gifts. They used to do things for me. They used to do things for me that other people do not do. And my flame is burning real high here. We are keeping out a lot of energy. It's really making a whole story of its own. Anyway, she says, let's get back to Naomi. So your mother used to share you with your boyfriends. She says, she said yes. But then, you know, I had my own. They were really nice to me. How old were these men? From their 30s. There was one who was in his 20s, now that I think about it, but from their 30s to their 60s. You know, my mom just hung around a lot of white men, and a lot of white men just wanted interesting things. I've even had sex with my mother and her boyfriends. I used to when I was young too. you know. So I really don't know anything else except pleasing men. Sex is not for me. I don't enjoy it. It's for pleasing men. Those little girls that are claiming, we are now big women who are claiming that I sexually abused them, they are not telling you the whole story. Please tell me the whole story, Naomi. I'm not sexually attracted to anyone. I don't go out of my way to be sexually attracted to anyone. We were doing it together to please someone else. Someone else was watching. And we were doing it together. Chrissy says you sexually abused her. Chrissy is a liar. We were in it together. Just like R. Kelly's girls. They were in it together, doing things together to please R. Kelly. That's what we were doing. That's what we do in the modeling world. Do you think I really want to be sucking little girls' vaginas? Do you think that's fun? Do you think that I want to be sucking men's cocks? Do you think that's fun? I couldn't find a better word, so I just used her word. Do you think that's fun? None of this is fun, but I'm so used to it. It hasn't traumatized me or anything. I'm just so used to it. I am used to it. I'm not traumatized by that garbage. This is a whole lot of garbage. If people get off on that shit, people get off on that shit. I don't care. As long as I get successful and I become successful. These stupid ass African bitches, they come from Africa thinking that all they're going to do is model to take my place. They don't understand the price that I have paid. Then they go on about how mean and evil I am to them when they get into the modeling world. So now while you're talking about that, what is her name? The American, I have to find her name. American model who said that you were not good to her. American, what is top model? Okay, top model. Oh my God, I've forgotten her name. Even if I didn't have a fever. Top model show. I've even forgotten the show. America's Next Top Model. Thank God. Hold that thought, Naomi. I'm looking for her name. America's Next Top Model. I'm the most disorganized person. Next Top Model. Okay, let's find it. Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks. Tyra said you were not good to her. Yes. See, Tyra had what I didn't have. She actually had a mother who wouldn't allow those shenanigans. She actually had a mother who wouldn't allow it. She actually had that. And it hurts me so bad. Now my mother would allow that to happen to me. And yet it was possible that she could have made me famous without it happening. Tyra showed me. Her mother showed me. So you know, she didn't pay the price. So why would I be nice to her? Of course, I wanted her destruction. Why would I want her to be famous? She didn't pay the price, I tell you. She didn't pay the price. You have to pay for fame. You have to do things for fame. She didn't pay it, and she still became famous. That hurts. You know what I wanted out of life? I wanted a husband and kids. I didn't want this. So who did you sleep with? Everybody who abused you. Everybody. Give us some names. Gianni. He would. Let me find out. Oh my God, this could be like the most interesting reading ever. And I am botching it up. Okay, famous designers. I'm going to ask for details of what was happening there. Famous designers. Okay. Gianni Versace. Okay, we're talking about Gianni Versace. Yes. He wanted to watch. he was one of those who wanted to watch. Epstein pops up. Okay, let's first hear about Gianni and then we'll go to Epstein. Okay, you're not saying it right. I know. You can correct me when we get to it. You can correct me. Okay, we are talking about Gianni Versace. What did he make you do? He used to like to watch, and he would arrange orgies, organize orgies. And then, we would all have to go in there naked. And I was working with Gianni in those things since I was a little girl. How old were you? I was 12, I think, when I first met Gianni. And he liked watching while other men did me. And, he liked to watch. So when he would offer me jobs. He would say, if you do this, I will give you this job. If you do that, I will give you this job. So everything I allowed to happen to me, because they didn't like to force me. They would coerce me. But my mother, what's her name? Because she's mentioning her by name. Oh my God. Okay, I'll get back to famous designers. Naomi Campbell's mother's name. She's mentioning her by name. I just need to be sure it's her. Naomi Campbell's mom's name. I just need to be sure it's her. Because she doesn't. Campbell's mom's. Valerie. Oh, thank you. It is her. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Forgive me, people. Okay. I'll probably do a part 2. Okay. Gianni. Let's go. Valerie. No. Val. Thank you. Val used to prepare me before. She would say, just say yes to anything that he said, because I already talked to him. So I would go in there and I would just say yes, 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 because I knew I had to say yes. I had to say yes. What did Gianni and them make you do? A lot of anal, a lot of vaginal, a lot of mouth, a lot of, people talk about Dubai and what happens in Dubai over there, and they think it just happens in Dubai. It doesn't just happen in Dubai. It happens everywhere. Do you know I would be the only black kid there and there would be white kids there? I was the only black kid, so they would call me the exotic one. And I'm glad to say I wasn't everyone's flavor. I wasn't everyone's flavor. I think the white kids got it more than I did. But they would be anal. There'll be them squirting themselves on you. There'll be them telling you to open your mouth and peeing inside you and laughing, and they would be high on drugs. I didn't know that. But I really loved Gianni. He was my favorite. He was really kind, and he was really gentle, and he was really loving. And when he died, I was devastated because Gianni took great care of me in the modeling world. He never forgot where I had come from and the things that I had done for him, because sometimes I would refuse to do certain things, and no matter what Val said, but Gianni could always convince me. And Gianni told me that money would set me free, that when I'm rich, nobody could touch me. And Gianni was right. Gianni was my lifelong friend, and I love and I miss him. Okay, now let's go to the name that you randomly threw out, Epstein. Epstein was a different kettle of fish. A different pot of tea. A different flavor. I did not like him. I hated him so much. Him and his bitch. I hated them so much. Yet he had so much power over me and over my life. I was nothing but a prostitute to him. And that's what Chrissy is talking about. She's talking about the parties at Epstein. I'm so surprised that none of them have mentioned me before. because they understand that I was also a victim. I was also a victim of Epstein. It's Epstein, not Epstein. 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 Stupid people. Stupid people. Epstein. He was evil. And you know he was killed, right? He was killed. He was killed by an organization like the CIA or the FBI or just an assassin. He was killed. He knew he was going to die. He knew he was going to die. He didn't want to die. He loved living. He loved brutalizing people. But he knew it because, you know, these things he'd done them with other people, powerful people like Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. Do you know that Hillary likes little girls? Do you know that? Do you know that he used to serve little girls to Hillary Clinton? He used to serve us to people. Every time Epstein said, I'm inviting you to the island, it wasn't an invite, it was a slave. Get the fuck out here. And he didn't even like black people, and he hated blackness. And so he has these friends who like black people, like Clinton. They like black females. 2, he doesn't even like black people and black females. And he's being forced to invite a black bitch to his house. And then when you get to that house, guess how you are treated? You're not going to be treated like Naomi Campbell. You're not. There's no Naomi Campbell there. There's just slave written on your forehead. Anybody and everybody could have you. And all those people who say, I hate black people, they'll all come to you, and you are just busy all night. And you are asking yourself, what is the difference? Why did I become famous? Why am I even famous? And then you do something stupid and angry, then you get into trouble. And then you still have to call them for favors to stop things from going public, to stop issues. I have a temper. I beat people until they bleed. And so I have to have someone cover that up. And they have to cover it up because I've paid my dues, you know. But 1 or 2 things will leak. So you, Naomi, you get your rocks off by beating people. It gives you satisfaction. Yes. Especially when they bleed. I get the greatest satisfaction when they bleed. Why must I be the only one who suffers? You must suffer too. I thought I was going to find happiness. I never find happiness. I really wanted Skepta because he was clean and he was out of that. But he saw my world and he pulled out, you know. You know, Beyonce. Yes, what about her? I'm just asking if you know Beyonce. She's trying to say something, but she's trying not to say it, right? About Beyonce. Okay, so who else? Let's move on. What about Beyonce? People think I'm evil and mean. She's worse. She's worse. What do you mean? She does things like that, like I do too. I mean, you know, she does things like that too. What things? This soul can sometimes be very childish. Just to let you guys know, at least that's what I'm feeling. She does things. What does she do? Well, she beats people and things like that. And then, you know, she uses her magic on people. Then it's all covered up. You know, you never hear, I need her clean up people. Because my clean up people at one point, they didn't do a good job. They wanted me to be destroyed. But Gianni told me it was never going to happen. And it didn't happen. But you know, it's not like we're any different. I don't get what people are on my case. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's because I'm dark skinned. It's because I'm dark. I hate this skin color. They used to call me all sorts of names when they were touching me. Like, about my skin. You beast. You animal. You subhuman. They'll be saying things to you while they are doing these things. It's because of my skin, Beyonce is all lily white, so she gets a get out of jail card free. But me, not only do I get insulted while they are doing these things to me, but then after that, do you know why I went to Russia? And I lived with that married man. Because he promised me that shit will never happen to me again. And it didn't. It didn't and it hasn't. I'm grateful to him. What the fuck is his name? It doesn't matter. I'm grateful to him. He protected me and he kept me safe. And people were saying, why are you with a married man? No more of this sexual abuse. No more. Tell me about your child. My daughter, tell me about your daughter. Is she yours? Not biologically. My eggs didn't work. And I wanted to carry myself, but not biologically. But that's not what I'm going to say, though. In fact, I'm going to try not to talk about it at all. It's all surrogate and surrogacy. Is she white, or as people are thinking? People can think what they like. She's a mix. She's a mix, okay? People can think what they like. She's my daughter, and I intend to raise her away from all of that. Don't you see that I've gone underground? I've gone incommunicado. Don't you see that I'm no longer everywhere? I've gone underground. You are never safe. You are always fighting for safety. You are never going to be safe. You are never safe. You are never, ever safe no matter what. But at least in Russia, I was safe. I was safe from all that. He saved me. He came to me and he said, I can save you from all this. I really think you're a beautiful woman. I really, really love you. So you love him? I do. Only he could not take me. He could not take my tantrums. He could not take. I'm going to get his name because she could be talking about the wrong person. Thank you. Naomi Campbell's billionaire ex-boyfriend. He's not a billionaire. They say they are billionaires when they are not. Okay. Alrighty, mama. Vlad. Yeah. Why do you call him Victor? Because that's the name that we used. She calls him Victor and he's Vlad. He's Victor. That is the name that we used. Okay. I will use Vlad then. Okay. So Vlad was the love of my life. He was the one man who kept his promise to keep all violence away from me and to treat me the way the world sees me. And so, yes. Why did you break up with him? He couldn't get over my moods. He said I was moody, I had temper tantrums, and he wanted a child. Vlad wanted a child. He did. He wanted a child, and I didn't want to have a child. I'm just not maternal. So why did you do it? Because I realized that I'm going to be very lonely in old age. I need a companion. I'm looking at my daughter as a companion. Not really a child, but a companion. I need a companion in old age, and I need someone to look out for my assets and to look out for things when I'm old. Why do you think that gay people are having kids? Because we've realized that when we are old and our minds are gone, we will be taken advantage of. We might as well have, someone taking care of that. That's why. But it's not to say I don't love her. I love her, and the love will grow with time. She doesn't. Okay, let me just put it out there. She doesn't. The love will grow in time. Okay. let's get back to what Chrissy said. She said you gave her oral sex. As if I was the first. And as if she didn't do it herself when she was 19 to someone else who was 11, 12, or 13. Who gives a fuck? As if she should, like, take a pill and sit down. Drink some tea. As if. I told you it was at one of those functions. I didn't even know her name was Chrissy, but of course she knew me because I was made, right? I was already who I was. I told you that. I told you. That's the modeling world. All child models go through it. Everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through it. So name some names of world leaders that you slept with via that. The Liberian guy, I slept with him for diamonds. A diamond deal between Epstein and him. And he wanted me. And, you know, I said, and Gianni said, you might as well get, I miss Gianni. Gianni made my life make sense. Gianni said, you might as well go and get some diamonds. And then in the end, I had to give them up to when he was always, yes, that's that guy. He was always at the parties. You should be asking me which powerful men did I not sleep with. But, you know, you people think powerful men are the ones that you see in the newspapers and you read about. Those are not the powerful men. The powerful men are behind the scenes. The powerful men are behind the scenes and they hide. And that's why they are powerful. Of course, I slept with Bill Clinton. I mean, who didn't? He was a dad with a small penis. Everybody slept with Bill. Who else do you know that we all know? I've never slept with Arabs. I detest them intensely. I used to refuse that. Why do you detest them? I just do. They just make my skin crawl. I don't know how Janet Jackson did it. I don't know. Because that man approached me too before Janet. Disgusting. Okay. I really thought I was going to make a home with Skepta. I really wanted him. And on that note, people, I am going to cut because I'm just not at 100%. But I didn't want to leave you all hanging. And let's do this again. Let's do Naomi Campbell again because she is a river of information. So please leave questions for Naomi Campbell and I will pick them up next week. Okay? Leave questions. This is part 1. Leave questions for Naomi. I'll pick them up next week. Thank you.